Hi everyone, welcome back to Scented Moments channel. I'm Jolima, and in this video I want to talk about some of the best niche fragrances for men, in my opinion, of course. So I have here 10 fragrances that smell amazing, and I think although they are unisex, and all fragrances are unisex starting no matter the marketing that they are using, but I think all fragrances work for everyone. It just depends on your taste and your skin chemistry. But in my opinion, these 10 fragrances, although unisex, I think they lean a bit more to the masculine side of things in my perspective, and I think they work wonderfully for men. Now, that being said, I have your 10 fragrances, like I told you. I will not mention them in a specific order because I think they are all amazing, and I try to make things, I try to pick diverse fragrances, very different fragrances from each other, like leathers, orientals, fougères, fresh, mineral fragrances, so I try to put the key word for this is diversity. So that's why for me it was a bit hard to choose these fragrances, but well, here we are, and without further ado, let's talk about these fantastic scents. And the first fragrance that I want to talk about, and I think this is amazing, it's an amazing scent from Stephane Humbert Lucas, and actually he already released, this is not Mortal Skin nor from the newer line which I wanted to talk about. It's not from the new line of the Mortal Skin collection, but it's a fragrance that nonetheless it's amazing. It's Nuit à Doha, this one right here. Nuit à Doha is a delicious tobacco, vanilla, suede, and I think it has a bit of immortelle. This fragrance is stunning. It has like a slightly boozy feel, spicy, and yeah, definitely has like floral nuances, and I think it's immortelle, like immortelle, tobacco, vanilla, cinnamon, suede. Man, this is a luxurious tobacco scent. It's wonderful. Of course, this for me has the similarities of Tobacco Vanille with the DNA of Soleil de Jeddah. And Soleil de Jeddah, which is also from the same perfumeur, from the same house, Stephane Humbert Lucas. So Soleil de Jeddah is, I think it's the most well known, it's the bestseller from the brand. I think it still is. So Soleil de Jeddah is this leather, also has immortelle, if I'm not mistaken. Leather, has chamomile, it has also spices, it has a fruity nuance, so it's like incredible. And this one shares some DNA of that fragrance with the Tobacco Vanille DNA also. So this fragrance in the end, it's quite unique, and I think it's one that you definitely need to try, and I think it's wonderful for men. I mean, at least on my skin, it's perfect for date nights, perfect for night outs, perfect if you want to stand out. The performance, it's amazing. It's great. Fantastic blending, has a natural feeling to it, nothing is scratchy. It's just a fantastic scent. Again, it's Nuit à Doha from Stephane Humbert Lucas. The next fragrance is an iris scent. I absolutely love iris, and iris may lean maybe a bit more feminine because of the powderiness, the makeup-y nuances, but I just love iris, and I think iris is that fragrance that every man should have. And it's hard because I love iris. I have a lot of fragrances with iris, some more sweet, others more fresh and musky, so I picked one more musky, and it's from the house of Masque Milano. It's La Tessa. La Tessa is one of the best iris in the game, especially in the niche side of things. La Tessa, this was created by Luca Maffei, and you can see here the name of the perfumeur. here on the top of the bottle, here on the metal thing here. So Luca Maffei, which also created, for example, a fragrance from the Portuguese niche brand Comporta Perfumes, and it was Muda, which is a fantastic boozy vanillic rose scent. It's to die for. And he also created a rose themed scent for Paris and Monte Carlo. So he already created quite a few beautiful creations, and this one, I think it's the best fragrance from Luca Maffei. This is one of the most realistic iris. This doesn't have, oh man, this is so good. It's very sparkly, it's powdery, very powdery, but it's so realistic. It's earthy, it's rooty, it's like iris root, slightly buttery, and it has this velvety texture. And again, sparkly, has some freshness, it's musky, it's just to die for. One of the most realistic iris fragrances that I ever tried. This was love at first sniff. I mean, La Tessa, if you love iris, is definitely a must-have. It's one of the top 3 best iris fragrances ever created, in my opinion. So La Tessa from Masque Milano, beautiful creation from Luca Maffei. And Masque Milano has some amazing gems. I just have 3 fragrances from this brand, but I really want to rediscover their portfolio, because I think it's really worth the try. This is just a 35 ml bottle size. They also have the 100 ml, which is a bit more expensive, but I still think it's really worth the price tag. I think this is like 135 euros. I mean, it's not quite affordable, but it's worth the money because the ingredients, the blend, the natural feel that you get from this fragrance makes this in the end really worth the price tag. La Tessa, it's a perfect signature scent for men. Again, doesn't have like that strong sweet. It's not sweet, in my opinion. This is not sweet. So that's why I chose this one, because it's more fresh and it's more sparkly, and I think it's perfect for a signature scent. So check this one out. It's La Tessa from Masque Milano. Next fragrance here is from the house of Xerjoff, from the Casamorati line. Xerjoff has some incredible fragrances, masculine fragrances like heavy orientals or animalics. They also have quite a few nice gourmand fragrances, and it was hard to choose just one to feature in this video, but I wanted to include this one because I think it's the most masculine, gentlemanly Italian style scent that they have. From the Casamorati, once again, this is 1888. 1888, it's, for me, one of the best Xerjoff fragrances, period. Top 3, again, top 3 best Xerjoff ever created. Xerjoff fragrances ever created. So, this is a spicy, amber, woody fragrance. This has, and floral, I was almost forgetting. This has a huge dose of carnation, which is, for me, the most unique part of this fragrance. So you have spices, you have coriander, you have carnation, amber, sandalwood. Absolutely glorious. Oh, wow. Some people say that this has like beer root. I don't get that. For me, this is a luxurious, elegant, but powerful and regal fragrance. This is rich. It's intense. This is, again, amber with carnation. If you like, for example, Egoist from Chanel, which has also a nice dose of carnation and sandalwood and spices. So if you are familiarized with Egoist, check this one out, because this one adds amber, which is quite prominent. Also adds some resinous oriental touch in this fragrance. This is so This is so good. Check this one out, and the performance is incredible. It lasts you the entire day and night. And this for me, it's definitely more masculine, but still, I mean, if you are a woman and if you like these type of fragrances, I think it's one that you should definitely check out. But seriously, this for men is incredible. It's that pure, luxurious Italian style gentlemanly scent. Check this one out, is Xerjoff 1888 from the Casamorati line. Next fragrance is from House of Profumum Roma, and it's Patchouly. This is a brand, I mean, if you follow this channel for a while, you know that this is my favorite niche brand. Profumum Roma, it's hard to pick just one, but I think this is a more, maybe the most masculine scent from them, masculine leading scent. Patchouly, and Patchouly is, for me at least, it's a quite masculine note, because it's earthy, it's woodsy, it's dark. Sometimes it's green, but in this case it's that earthy, chocolatey, cakey patchouli. It's all you get with some resins. It's to die for. This is the best patchouli that you can get. The very best. It's this one and Reminiscence Patchouly, which is much more affordable than Profumum Roma's Patchouly, but I still prefer this one a bit more. Because of the performance, this performs better. This lasts the entire day. I mean, Profumum Roma fragrances just last and last, and this is no exception. The natural feel into it, the high quality of the ingredients, the blend. I mean, this is linear, but for me, that's not a problem whatsoever, because I love this fragrance from the top. So, I just want to smell this as it is from the first second. And again, this is just so intoxicating. And it's already one of my most complimented fragrances. And it's quite surprising because this is quite powerful again. And patchouli, it's not that type of scent, at least not, I would not think like that. It's not that type of fragrance, that type of note that I would think that it would get me some compliments, but actually it does. And it has this mysteriousness because it's quite dark and heavy, so it has this mysterious feeling. I love the scent trail because again, it has like this chocolatiness, earthiness, darkness around it, so everything, all these characteristics like makes this fragrance more mysterious and unique. Patchouly, it's a fantastic masculine leading scent that you definitely need to check out. Next fragrance here, it's more fresh, mineral, more signature scent oriented. It's from House of Marc-Antoine Barrois. It's a star. I think I can already say that this is a hype beast and well deserved. It's Ganymede, and I'm dying to try the new, I think it's Encelade. I'm dying to try that one. But Ganymede, it's just amazing. Oh, wow, mineral, ozonic, a bit aquatic, and it has osmanthus, so it gives this fruity, peachy feel. Spicy, you have saffron, violet, and it has a hint of a leather, like the combination of saffron with violet creates this suede impression. It's wonderful. Now, this fragrance is one of the most unique scents that I ever experienced, and I'm telling you, I think this will create a huge trend. This now, it's quite popular in the fragrance community, but I think this type of scent DNA will be very popular with other niche brands and, who knows, designer brands. I think it's a type of scent that is very unique, but at the same time very versatile and quite likable. So I think this it's also another fragrance that gets me some compliments, because again it has that unique factor, but it's fresh, sparkly, ozonic, aquatic. I mean, it has everything like that a mainstream designer would have, but with this unique touch of osmanthus, of saffron, of violets. So it's incredible. I really, this is one of the best fragrances created, dare to say, of this century. It's that unique and that good. Highly advise you to check this one out. It's Ganymede from Marc-Antoine Barrois. Next fragrance here, it's from House of Acqua di Parma. I mean, one of my favorite discoveries so far. It's Colonia Futura. Colonia Futura is all about lavender, citruses, lots of citruses like bergamot, and now it's more bergamot. I would say it's more bergamot. Lots of lavender, bit of incense, quite mossy, green, vetiver. This fragrance is to die for. You have patchouli. Wow. The citruses, like the bergamot, it's so good. Has a natural feeling to it. The lavender is to die for also. This touch of incense, it's amazing. And it's quite mossy, and green, and woodsy. Seriously, this is like a modern fougere scent, or a modern chypre. This could also be considered a chypre because of the citruses, the mossiness, the woodsiness. It's very dry, but so damn good. This was created by François Desmarchais, and seriously, I think it's one of the best creations from François Desmarchais out of Christian Dior house. Seriously, this is incredible. This is amazing. This was created in 2020, in the year 2020, and it's very underrated. No one really talks about this fragrance, and I think it deserves much more attention. I mean, the quality, the uniqueness, everything is here. Signature scent worthy, definitely for me, definitely more masculine. Another scent that I think works wonderfully in any occasion. It's amazing. It's Acqua di Parma, Colonia Futura. You definitely need to check this one out. One of the best men's niche fragrances in my opinion. Next fragrance is from the house of Frederic Malle, of course. This is another brand that I absolutely love. Probably my second favorite niche brand. And it was hard to pick just one because I wanted to include Promise, which it's a bomb. Apple with a heavy oriental note, a bit animalic, but I decided to go with this one because I think that every man's need to have like a vetiver scent, and vetiver for me it's quite masculine. It's a quite masculine note, woodsy, very woodsy and grassy, and I think this is one of the best vetiver fragrances out there. It's Vetiver Extraordinaire. This is incredible. Some people say that this is overpriced. After all, this is like over 200 euros. I mean, I think it's 250 euros. It's a vetiver scent. I mean, it's not inventing or reinventing the wheel. It's not groundbreaking. You have vetivers that go in this genre, but you can say all of that, but I still think that this is superior to all of those. It is. I mean, it's just is the quality, the blend, the natural feel factor. It's, for me, this doesn't have any match. Of course, I just wanted to include niche, so I didn't want to include any luxury designer fragrances like exclusive designer fragrances. Sycamore comes to mind, which is right now my favorite vetiver, but this is my second favorite. this is my second favorite, and I've been using this a lot this year. It's not the type of scent that will get you compliments. At least I never got any compliment with this one, but it's signature scent worthy. Again, it's, you can wear this fragrance in any occasion, any situation, any season. It will last you the entire day. At least for me it does. And again, this is all around citruses, vetiver, mossiness, grassiness, a bit rooty, and it's just a nice realistic vetiver. It's really an extraordinary vetiver scent, pun intended. If you want like a nice, chic, elegant vetiver, check this one out. It's Frederic Malle's Vetiver Extraordinaire, and it's one of the best, also one of the best masculine fragrances out there. Now, next fragrance, I wanted to include a leather scent, a pure leather fragrance, because I think leather also, it's a very masculine, a very rugged, rough note, scent, character that I think it definitely leans more masculine. And I wanted to include this one. I was thinking like either this one or Pure Distance M, which is one of my all-time favorite leathers, but I heard that Pure Distance M will be reformulated. It will be reformulated by Antoine Lee, if I'm not mistaken. So I didn't want to include that one. Plus Pure Distance M, which was created by Rojedov. It's heavily inspired by Bellamy by Hermes. So I wanted to include a different scent. It's from the house of Rania J. Cuir Andalou. Rania J, it's another very underrated brand, and I just don't know why, or at least the only reason that comes to mind might be the distribution, because other than that, I don't understand why no one really talks about Rania J fragrances. Cuir Andalou, it's one of the best leathers. Wow. This is like pure dark leather, very industrial, with this gasoline feel. Wow, intoxicating. This is intoxicating, and it's a high quality scent. Although it's powerful and it might be a bit challenging because of that, but I really think that this brand reuses high quality ingredients, blends. I have 5 fragrances from this brand, and seriously, it's also one of my favorites. One of my favorites because it's unique. And although this kind of reminds me a bit of Lonesome Rider from Andy Tower, which is discontinued now, but other than that, I think for me this is quite unique. This is like Gucci Guilty Absolute, but better, because Gucci Guilty Absolute is a bit piercing, and I think it's even more challenging. This one it's not as rough as a Gucci Guilty Absolute. I think it's better blended with higher quality ingredients. It's wonderful, and she has one of the best ouds out there without breaking the bank. And that's another thing, you will not break the bank with Rania J. This is a 50 ml. Now you also can purchase 100 ml bottle sizes, and you will not break the bank considering the quality of these fragrances right here. Rania J, an amazing niche brand that you definitely need to check out. Cuir Andalou, if you love leather fragrances, this is a must-have. Again, from Rania J, Cuir Andalou, amazing, seductive in my opinion. Because although this is very harsh when you're smelling from the spray or from the blotter, but on your skin, at least on my skin, it's quite seductive. It gets this slightly musky animalic, very leathery, and again, very industrial. But I think this is just, it will grow hairs in your chest, on your chest, definitely. But I absolutely love this. I think this is quite sensual. I think it's a fantastic scent. Again, Cuir Andalou by Rania. Next fragrance is from the house of Penhaligon, from the Portraits collection, the Uncompromising Sohan. I really love this bottle presentation. This is the only fragrance that I have so far from this line. The Uncompromising Sohan, it's this spicy, which is saffron, rose oud combination. So in terms of scent DNA, I mean, in terms of notes, this is far from being the most unique scent out there, but it's one of the best. It's definitely one of the best rose oud fragrances out there. I already have a video about my favorite and what I consider to be the best rose oud fragrances out there. This is definitely featured there. This is very spicy, a bit animalic, with this jammy rose and oud. It's incredible. I think this works. This just works because of the jammy rose that sweet things up, and it's a bit resinous, but then you have like the oud, the animalic nuances. You have the spices in here. I think more than the oud, it's the spices that give the animalic touch. Because the oud here, it's there, but it's not that prominent. Although again, it's there. So this is dark but very sensual, very alluring, very mysterious, very unique. Unique for a date night, unique for when considering the other saffron rose oud fragrances out there. I think Penhaligons did a great job by standing out of the other saffron rose oud fragrances in a way that they are perfectly blending animalic nuances and more mass appealing nuances also. So it's a perfect blend between those two worlds. It's great, and I mean, presentation here, it's incredible, and I think this works perfectly for date nights. So, and of course it is, for me it leans more masculine because of the animalic touches, the spiciness, so that's why for me this leans more masculine. But well, I really advise everyone to try this. This is the Uncompromising Sohan, one of the best rose oud fragrances out there from the house of Penhaligon. And last but definitely not least, this is really one of my all-time favorite fragrances ever, especially from this brand, Amouage. And this is that type of scent that every man should have. This is every man and literally everyone should have this fragrance. It is Jubilation 25, and you can see I have almost 400 fragrances. I have 385 fragrances right now and counting, and you can see the dent of this fragrance. This is one of my all-time favorites. If we want to talk about the definition of the word regal, it's in here. Created by Bertrand Duchaufour. This is one of the most complex fragrances out there in terms of notes listed, but on my skin it's not that complex. So you definitely have a blackcurrant or blackberry. No, I think it's blackcurrant. Blackcurrant, lots of resins like frankincense, oud, opoponax, olibanum. I mean, you name it, you have all type of resins in here, and it's bit of vanilla. It's so real. Seriously. This is the definition of luxury in a bottle. This is regal in a bottle. This is powerful. This is immediately makes me feel confident. Immediately makes me feel that I will conquer the room where I'm in. It's really that type of scent. I mean, it's a very emotional fragrance in that regard. It boosts the confidence. I really love this. The performance is incredible. And seriously, this is one of the best fragrances for men ever created. I was thinking between this one or Interlude. Also, we have Journeyman. I have 10, if I'm not mistaken, 10 fragrances from Amouage. So, and all of them are incredible. All of them, I think all of them could easily be featured in this video, but this one, I think it deserves a bit more. This one or Interlude, but because I already have some heavy oriental fragrances, so I wanted to include this one because it offers something different. Again, this is so good. And again, this bottle presentation, it's everything. I really love Amouage presentation. If you have yet to check this one out, please do. Please do. It's one of those fragrances that it's a must try, must have. So please do try if you have the opportunity, if you haven't yet, try it. So it's Jubilation 25. Finishing this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. These are for me some of the best niche fragrances for men, or masculine leaning niche fragrances, whatever you want to call it, and even out of the gender spectrum, these are definitely some of the best niche fragrances that you need to try. So with that being said, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video and see you in the next one. Take care. Ciao.